You're at an airport, ready to board a flight. You exchange money, something every traveler does. The teller hands you a stack of fresh $100 bills. Perfect texture, perfect ink, perfect watermark. Even the smell feels real. You tuck them into your wallet without a second thought. But later, at your hotel, something happens. The receptionist pauses. He lifts one bill against the light. His eyes narrow. His entire expression changes. This isn't right. The paper feels identical to the real thing. The security thread is flawless. Even the micro printing is perfect. But this bill should not exist because it is a Supernote, a counterfeit so advanced it has fooled banks, governments, and the US or Secret Service for more than 30 years. No corner store scam, no backyard printer. This is a forgery funded by a government, protected by soldiers, overseen by a dictator. A covert operation capable of printing millions, maybe billions, of perfect fake dollars, euros, and pounds, turning the world's strongest currencies into North Korea's personal ATM. Welcome to the story of how a starving regime manufactures wealth, buys loyalty, builds bombs, and keeps one man living like a king. The first time a stack of those bills triggered alarm was ordinary, a routine deposit in a regional bank. What followed was anything but. Notes that had passed the naked eye were boxed up and shipped to forensic labs, ultraviolet tests, paper analysis, microprinting scans. Analysts discovered minute but consistent markers, microscopic signature errors repeated across thousands of notes, identical spacing quirks in serial numbers, the same imperceptible thickening of a lamppost line in the engraving. Those were not the fingerprints of many small criminals. They were the signature of one well-resourced operation. Over time, the trail wound through high-roller casinos in Asia, diplomatic pouches that slide past customs, and shell companies that move stacks of cash like cargo. Investigations pulled in law enforcement and intelligence. Undercover stings, false identities, luxury yachts anchored off ports where smugglers loved to meet. Entire operations were staged to draw smugglers into U.S. jurisdiction. Undercover agents posed as corrupt couriers and expensive wedding guests on a yacht. Stings followed and smuggling networks crumbled. But legal action alone wasn't enough. The financial response was surgical. Banks suspected of laundering illicit cash were cut off. A single designation and freeze could strip elites of the accounts that lubricated their international lives. The message was clear. The game could be contained, but only if the world's financial plumbing cooperated. Faced with exposure, the counterfeiting actors changed tactics. New variants of the notes, new distribution routes, new hiding places. At the same time, the victims of the flood weren't just Western treasuries. Local economies in Asia, casino chains, and small businesses that accept cash became unwilling participants. The stakes were geopolitical. Counterfeit currency could erode confidence in a dominant reserve currency, distort exchange corridors, and funnel resources to programs that threatened regional stability. So this wasn't petty crime, it was a form of economic warfare, subtle, deniable, and effective. Behind the barbed wire, the plant feels alive, not with secrecy, but with exactness. Those giant intaglio presses, they don't just print, they sculpt. Each pass of the roller forces ink into the cotton linen paper at pressures measured in tons, creating the raised ridges you can feel along a portrait's cheek. Technicians keep pressure logs like pilots keep flight logs: date, plate ID, roller temperature, humidity. Even a 0.5% change in humidity will alter ink flow, so the paper is climate conditioned in vault-like rooms before it ever reaches the press. The engraving plates are the crown jewels. Imagine a metal plate the size of a tabletop, chemically etched or hand-engraved with millions of microscopic lines. Those hairlines that make a face look real. They're tiny channels cut into metal with tools and sometimes with CNC machines calibrated to tolerances measured in microns. Master engravers, some locally trained, some sent abroad on fake scholarships, worked under magnification, correcting stroke by stroke. Plates are proofed on testing rolls. Any microscopic defect is corrected by re-etching polishing or painstaking burnishing. When a plate reached final, it was stamped with a code known only to a handful of supervisors. Paper procurement was an industrial heist carried out legally on paper. The operation used multiple routes. Legitimate paper mills sold small batches labeled as fine stationery to shell companies. Other consignments arrived as museum conservation stock. Invoices were layered through Hong Kong, Macau, and Southeast Asian forwarding agents to hide the trail. The paper itself was treated, boiled, blotted, pressed to mimic the exact density and fiber orientation of Crane banknote stock. Forensic chemists later found the same chemical stabilizers and sizing agents as genuine notes. Ink and color-shifting pigments were another technical mountain. The color-shifting ink that flips from copper to green on modern notes is a complex multi-layer pigment. The plant used a two-track strategy: A, buy legal pigments via intermediaries, and B, synthesize near matches in clandestine labs. Spectrographic tests were run on each batch to match the light absorption curves of official inks. Micro-droplet printers applied these inks in multiple passes so the optical effects layered correctly. Quality control in the plant felt surgical. Every sheet passed through magnification booths where workers compared features against master samples through stereo microscopes. Serial numbering systems were encoded. Fonts, kerning, and digit spacing matched treasury typography. When the operators intentionally left microscopic owner marks, a tiny gap by a portrait, a thicker lamppost stroke, it functioned like a watermark signature, traceable, unique, and impossible to remove once printed. People made the system resilient. Recruiters poached precision machinists, retired mint engineers, chemists, even prop specialists from film studios, sometimes offering false visas or comfortable salaries. Training programs ran in closed rooms. Engraving apprentices practiced on dummy plates for months. Press operators learned maintenance from translated manuals for Swiss presses. The risks were constant. Mistakes meant machine purges. Defections meant entire presses were dismantled and moved. Workers signed oaths, had families screened, and lived in compound housing. There were emergency burn drills, plates and inks soaked in acid or incinerated if a raid was imminent. Distribution mirrored the production's discipline. Finished bundles were wrapped, numbered, and funneled through diplomatic pouches, hidden cargo, or stitched into shipments of legitimate goods. Couriers used multi-leg routes, dead drops, and front companies, standard trade invoices acting as cover. Each handoff had verification codes tied to those microscopic owner marks. For years, supernotes moved through the world like ghosts, swapped at airports, stacked in high-roller casinos, carried in diplomatic briefcases, deposited into the world's most secure banks. No alarms, no suspicions, no trace. Until one ordinary December afternoon in Manila, 1989, a currency clerk handled a bundle of $100 bills, crisp and cold, from a client who looked like he belonged in a private jet, not a queue. The bills passed every standard test. The texture, the ink, the watermark, even the microprinting looked perfect. But something felt wrong. He sent one bill up the chain. Hours later, it was sealed in an evidence pouch and flown straight to the United States Secret Service headquarters in Washington, D.C. Under a microscope, two tiny anomalies emerged. A minuscule gap beside Franklin's portrait, invisible to the naked eye. A lamppost on the reverse, traced with a line imperceptibly thicker than it should be. One bill with tiny flaws might be a coincidence, but identical microscopic flaws appearing in Hong Kong, Moscow, Dubai, Berlin, that was a message. These weren't amateurs using cheap paper or desktop printers. These were produced with the exact paper formula used by the U.S. Treasury. 75% cotton, 25% linen, genuine style intaglio presses, 70-ton industrial machines. Only governments own perfect replication of watermarks, threads, and security fibers. Chemical inks indistinguishable from official Treasury ink. The U.S. wasn't dealing with criminals. bills. They were dealing with the nation-state, and the pattern became impossible to ignore. Every courier, every suitcase, every arrest, the passports all pointed to the same origin: North Korea. Worse, these weren't smugglers. They were North Korean diplomats, protected by immunity. The realization was terrifying. A hostile nuclear dictatorship wasn't counterfeiting American money to get rich. They were weaponizing the US dollar against the United States itself. The stage was set. The hunt had begun. After the discovery in Manila, the Secret Service realized something chilling. If these counterfeit bills were here, then they were everywhere. So the real investigation began, not in Washington, but across the dark arteries of international finance. Hong Kong, the casino laundromat. High-stakes gamblers, some known to intelligence agencies, arrived with bricks of flawless $100 bills. They'd gamble for an hour. Win or lose, it didn't matter. The casino would cash out their chips with real, traceable US dollars. Dirty became clean. Fake became legitimate. And the casinos? They never noticed a thing. Moscow, the collapse of the Soviet Union. When the USSR fell, chaos followed. Cash was king, and the dollar, the new religion. Supernotes flooded black market currency booths. Ordinary shoppers paid with Pyongyang's ghost money, never knowing they were part of a financial war. Vienna, Berlin, Frankfurt. Diplomatic couriers, North Korean officials wearing suits, badges, and diplomatic immunity strolled through airport security with briefcases full of supernotes. Their luggage was never checked. Their status protected them. Their mission: exchange counterfeits for real money, then send it home. The pattern that broke the silence in Hong Kong. 5 North Korean diplomats detained with 430,000 in supernotes, 1996. Cambodia. A woman carrying a North Korean passport caught with hundreds of thousands more, 1998. Macau. Executives from a North Korean import firm arrested with massive stacks of identical fake bills, same bills. Same microscopic signature flaws, same origin. This wasn't random crime. This was state-sponsored sabotage. Takama, an entire country becoming a criminal mint. Banks alerted the US Treasury. The CIA got involved. And behind closed doors, analysts whispered one name, a place more terrifying and secretive than any mafia headquarters. Room 39. The financial underworld of the Kim dynasty. An organization that doesn't just forge money, but survival. Deep inside a heavily restricted district of Pyongyang, beyond checkpoints, machine gun towers, and walls that block even satellite views, there is a building without a name. Inside that building, behind a locked steel door on its 3rd floor, sits Room 39. The most dangerous office on Earth. Because Room 39 doesn't manage a country, Room 39 manages a criminal empire disguised as a government. This unit answers only to one man, Kim Jong-un. Here's what they control: counterfeiting US, EU, and UK currencies, illegal weapons shipments to dictators and warlords, cyber hacking groups stealing billions in crypto, state-run restaurants as money laundering fronts, front companies in Macau, Hong Kong, Russia, and Africa. Room 39 brings in up to $2 billion every year, all in foreign currency. Not for the people, not for food, not for hospitals, but for Kim's private nuclear program and Kim's luxurious life while his citizens starve. To them, crime isn't shameful. It is government policy. North Korea can't trade like a normal nation, so they decided to fund their dictatorship like a cartel. Employees of Room 39 are hand-selected, loyalists raised from birth to believe that making fake money is patriotism. They are rewarded with imported wine, Western electronics, and luxury apartments, things the rest of the country isn't even allowed to dream of. Room 39 isn't a department. It is the wallet of a tyrant. But printing the world's most secure currency required more than greed. It required a factory so secret, so protected that it would make even the CIA nervous. A facility where daylight barely reaches. Imagine a printing facility so so secret that no civilian in North Korea has ever seen it. A place protected like a nuclear weapons site, because in many ways, it is one. This is Plant 62, hidden on the outskirts of Pyeongseong, surrounded by 3 layers of electrified fences, minefields buried inside the soil, armed guards with shoot-on-sight orders, CCTV connected directly to state intelligence. It doesn't print newspapers. It doesn't print propaganda posters. It prints money, our money, the world's money. Inside, the floors shine like hospitals. Workers wear military uniforms, but their weapons are ink, paper, and precision. They operate Swiss-made intaglio printing machines, the exact same $5 million presses used by the U.S. Treasury, smuggled and reassembled under total secrecy. They print on 75% cotton, 25% linen, currency paper, the same recipe as the real US dollar. Chemical suppliers in Europe were tricked into shipping special inks and magnetic threads through fake companies. Everything needed to create not a cheap fake, but a supernote. Correct texture, correct holograms, correct secret fibers, perfect watermarks, identical security threads, microprinting only visible under a microscope. Even FBI labs struggled to tell real from fake. To them, counterfeiting isn't a crime. It's warfare, weaponizing the American dollar against America itself. These notes are smuggled out using North Korean diplomats, protected by immunity, immune from search, immune from arrest. Corrupt bankers in Macau and China help launder the cash into weapons and luxury goods for the regime. Plant 62 is not just a factory. It is the beating heart of North Korea's underground economy, a money machine fueling nuclear missiles, cyber attacks, and dictatorship. But while the people live on rationed rice and propaganda, the supreme leader doesn't just have money, he lives like royalty. How Kim Jong-un lives like one of the richest men alive while ruling one of the poorest nations on earth. North Korea is a nation where electricity goes dark every night, except in one place. The palace. All across the country, children survive on grass porridge. Mothers secretly trade rice for their children's lives. Families walk miles to gather firewood because heating oil is a fantasy. But one man never sees darkness unless it's in the limousine windows shielding his empire. Kim Jong-un lives richer than the sheikhs of Dubai, but not funded by oil, by fear, forgery, missiles, and modern-day slavery. Welcome to his private billionaire kingdom. Most nations have a president's home. North Korea has over 30 palaces, and everyone belongs to him. Ryongseong Residence, the main compound, protected by triple fences, landmines, sniper towers, and attack dogs. An underground bunker leads to a nuclear-proof survival city if war breaks out. A private lake glows at night under imported LED fountains. His private island villa, accessible only by boat, which undergoes underwater inspections before docking. Palm trees flown in from abroad. A golden gilded cinema room plays Western films banned for citizens. The Wonsan Complex, a seaside paradise with its own water park, zoo, rail line, and a private runway long enough for Air Force One, his modified IL-62 jet. Parks, waterfalls, sports arenas built solely for his amusement, places his own citizens will never see. Every villa staffed by elite soldiers and hand-picked women who must disappear if the leader grows bored. One palace can feed 200,000 people for a year. He owns more than 30 sanctions forbid luxury imports, but Kim treats sanctions like a challenge. He collects luxury vehicles through a criminal network stretching across ports and flags. Mercedes Maybach S600 Guard worth over $2 million each, shipped in disguised crates via Russia. Bulletproof glass so thick that a rocket can't penetrate it. Bentleys, Rolls-Royces, and Land Rovers smuggled through fake companies in Singapore, China, and Dubai. Ferraris and Lamborghinis hidden inside shipping containers labeled tractor parts. His personal garage is said to hold more than 100 vehicles. Elite guards open road codes for him. Anyone who looks at the motorcade directly risks being arrested for disrespecting the son of the nation. While 40% of his nation is undernourished, Kim binge eats like an emperor. Kobe beef flown in weekly Swiss Emmental cheese. His childhood obsession, Bordeaux wines and Hennessy XO, fresh seafood from Tokyo markets, custom Italian pizza ovens, just for his late-night cravings. He once ordered live lobster delivered to a remote mountain palace by helicopter. Every meal is a security operation. Food tasters eat first in case there's poison. He suffers from gout and heart disease, but refuses to change the menu. He would rather die from excess than live like his people. Kim travels in a bulletproof fortress on rails. This train is his equivalent of Air Force One, except it moves so slowly he sometimes takes 3 days to reach Beijing. Inside the train, conference halls with gold-trimmed chairs, imported French wine cellars, satellite command centers, bedrooms with silk sheets, a staff of elite chefs and musicians. 3 versions of the same train travel together, one ahead, to check tracks aren't sabotaged. The main train, where the leader sits, a decoy train, to confuse snipers. Armored trucks drive alongside whenever tracks cross roads. Snipers line bridges and rooftops. Local residents are locked inside their homes. The journey is a moving military occupation, spends billions on dreams meant to show power. Amusement parks, open only during state propaganda filming. Masikryong ski resort. Foreign chairlifts bought illegally. Wonsan beach resort. Luxury villas for elites. Missile launch sites, built like movie stages. Each missile launch costs the nation the same amount required to feed the entire population of North Korea for a month. He once built a dolphin aquarium worth millions in a city where children drink polluted river water to survive. To keep him entertained, a military band plays Disney songs during private dinners. This is the world's most twisted luxury. The poor pay for the rich to laugh. Kim's wife, Ri Sol-ju, appears rarely in public, but when she does, she's dressed in Tiffany earrings, Dior handbags, custom Chanel suits, watches worth more than 4 North Korean homes. His sister, Kim Yo-jong, stays in luxury hotels, eats in Michelin star restaurants while abroad, and has her hair styled by South Korean beauty experts, even though she threatens South Korea with war. His daughter, Kim Ju-ae, enjoys world-class toys and elite tutors, while North Korean children break stones for a meal. His wealth does not come from industry or innovation. North Korea does not sell technology. It doesn't have a thriving economy. His money is born in darkness, cyber attacks, stealing crypto and bank funds, black market arms, sales, counterfeit dollar, printing overseas forced labor. Crime is state policy. His luxury lifestyle is purchased with misery. The Donju live in high-rise towers in Pyongyang with private elevators and Western furniture. Their daughters take dancing lessons and dream of K-pop stardom they will never have. Every comfort they enjoy can be taken away overnight. One wrong joke, one foreign movie found on a USB stick, one handshake with the wrong cousin, and luxury becomes a ticket to execution. Their wealth is a velvet cage lined with hidden microphones. North Korea has no free market, yet luxury shops are everywhere. Gucci, Rolex, Prada, but all behind military checkpoints. You cannot buy anything unless the state approves. Cars are tracked, homes are bugged, phone calls are monitored. Travel outside Pyongyang requires permit papers. To rise up, you must spy down. Every millionaire informs on every other. Trust does not exist, not even inside families. The greatest status symbol in Pyongyang is not a car or a mansion. It is the illusion of security. Inside Pyongyang, there are secret clubs where the elite gamble with foreign cash and karaoke bars where they sing Korean covers of American pop songs. They cheer for NBA games but pretend they don't know who the players are. They watch Fast and Furious movies in basements but officially believe Hollywood doesn't exist. Everyone is living a lie just to survive another year. Elite teens grow up believing they are the chosen class. They wear Adidas and Nike study English, and French take ski vacations at the dictator's resort, get smartphones connected to a censored intranet. They're taught one message: you are rich because the supreme leader loves you. Lose his love, and you will lose everything. Luxury is a leash. If the leader falls, the elite know they fall too. That is why they defend him, not out of loyalty, but fear of losing paradise and being thrown into hell with the rest of the population. Is how Kim controls his millionaires, not by poverty, but by temptation. He gives them just enough heaven to be terrified of hell. Before the world feared him as a ruthless dictator, Kim Jong-un was just a shy teenager living in Europe under a fake identity. To the outside world, he was Pakun, the quiet son of a North Korean embassy driver. But the truth, he was a hidden prince being groomed to rule one of the most secretive nations on earth. His classmates later recalled he liked basketball more than he liked people. He always wore the newest Jordans. He smiled rarely. He observed everything. Kim wasn't in Switzerland for school. He was there for training. His father, Kim Jong-il, believed a leader must understand the outside world so he can control what his people never see. In Swiss classrooms, he studied the wealth of capitalism and the freedom his country forbade. While children in North Korea starved through a devastating famine, Kim Jong-un sat in warm cafeterias, eating cheese fondue and dreaming of NBA glory. That contrast shaped him. He saw the West, its power, its luxury, its temptations. And when he returned home, he brought those addictions with him: imported Bordeaux wines, designer watches and custom suits, Swiss-style chalets and private ski resorts, roller coasters, water parks, and fast cars, a taste for pleasure built on the suffering of millions. But luxury alone doesn't keep a throne. Kim was also sent to military academies, not to learn war, but to perform power. He learned how to salute, how to walk like a general, how to look untouchable. His father taught him one final lesson, the most brutal one: fear sustains loyalty. Kim watched powerful men, even family, erased from history the moment they became inconvenient, and he understood. In North Korea, there is no family, only survival. So when his father died and Kim Jong-un took the throne, he was no longer the shy boy from Switzerland. He was a ruler built from envy, fear, and Western greed. The world taught him what to desire. His dictatorship taught him what to destroy to get it. And that combination created the most unpredictable leader of our time. Kim Jong-un doesn't just run a country. He owns an empire built for one man alone, himself. In a nation where families boil grass to survive winters, the supreme leader lives like a billionaire king, hidden behind walls, soldiers, and secrets. He calls it socialism, but his life looks more like royalty. While North Koreans walk miles for food rations, Kim rides in a car collection worth more than entire villages. Armored Mercedes Maybach limousines smuggled past UN sanctions, stealth Rolls-Royce Phantoms that glide through the capital, and custom off-road beasts for mountain estates. The irony? Kim doesn't even know how to drive, but he demands a fleet fit for world rulers, because power isn't just held, it must be displayed. Whenever he moves, a ghost appears across the railways of North Korea. A private train, a fortress on wheels, gold-trimmed dining cars stocked with imported steaks, 24-hour surveillance centers, snipers in every carriage, and decoy trains sent ahead to detect explosions. It crawls at the speed of caution, not because it can't go faster, but because fear is the true engine. Where does a king go to escape his kingdom? To his private islands. Near Wonsan, turquoise beaches curve around a coastal palace where no civilian has ever stepped foot. A private runway, a yacht marina, luxury villas modeled after Miami mansions, and guards hidden behind palm trees flown in from Malaysia. From the balcony, Kim sees the ocean. From the villages across the water, his people see hunger. Even fun is controlled. When Kim wants joy, the world stops to deliver it. Roller coasters, water parks, bowling alleys, entire theme parks locked down so he can enjoy them alone. Tens of thousands must cheer from far away, while one man laughs at the top of a ride. In North Korea, even amusement is a privilege, reserved for the ruler, not the ruled. But his true palace is a forbidden district in Pyongyang, a private world that satellites can barely glimpse. Secret underground tunnels, a gourmet food palace stocked with French wine, a hidden movie theater screening Hollywood blockbusters, a glass-roofed pool that stays warm year-round, and mansions designed for every season, mood, and ego. Outside the gates, blackouts, ration cards, silence. Inside, endless light. What does a king eat while his nation starves? Rare cognac worth $2,000 a bottle. Swiss cheese at $300 a kilo. His greatest culinary obsession. Sushi chefs flown from Japan. Fresh seafood shipped in on private jets. And a personal tasting team trained to detect poison. Because no luxury is free in a dictatorship. Every meal could be a celebration or a warning. Every guard smiles. Every servant bows. But none dare speak. Visiting these palaces is a privilege. Talking about them is a crime. Kim Jong-un lives in a world where comfort requires control and beauty demands brutality. As his palaces grow taller, the people living below grow more silent. He has built a lifestyle wrapped in gold and fear. A kingdom where only one person is allowed to live like a human king, while millions survive like ghosts. In a nation ruled by fear, there is one person more terrifying than the dictator himself. His sister, Kim Yo-jong, elegant, quiet, unpredictably ruthless, while Kim Jong-un appears in parades laughing, waving, eating imported steaks. Kim Yo-jong stands just one step behind him, watching every eye, every gesture, every heartbeat around her brother. She isn't the face of power. She's the hand that crushes anyone who threatens it. As children, the Kim siblings attended private school in Switzerland under fake names, ski resorts, designer fashion, a world of comfort. While children in North Korea starved, she played piano in European mansions. But when she returned home, the fairy tale ended. She was thrown into the political machine, trained to manipulate crowds, manage fear, and command loyalty. Propaganda was her sword, her brother's safety. Her religion, Kim Yo-jong, doesn't need public executions to prove a point. All she needs is a whisper. Officials know the rules. If she calls your name, your chair at the next meeting may be empty. Some disappear into prison camps. Some suffer mysterious accidents. Some are erased completely, with their photos removed from history books overnight. She decides who rises and who vanishes. Even top generals stand straighter when she passes. Every photo Kim Jong-un takes, every missile launch filmed for propaganda, every stadium filled with synchronized cheers. She designs it. She controls the news, the language people speak, even the tears they must cry when the supreme leader appears. When international media praises North Korea's media strategy, she smiles. It means her illusion worked. Diplomats say she never forgets an insult. She has personally issued threats against presidents and generals, warning of disastrous consequences. In the middle of a classified lake lies Wonsan, a resort city walled off from the public, built just for the leader and his inner circle. Luxury beachfront mansions, a private runway, a theme park with no visitors, even a marina designed for foreign VIPs who never come anymore. North Korea is one of the most heavily sanctioned nations on Earth. The United Nations bans luxury imports. No supercars, no designer brands, no yachts, nothing that could suggest wealth in a dictatorship sold as a worker's paradise. And yet, Kim Jong-un lives like a billionaire oil prince. So the question is simple. How does a man banned from luxury own more of it than the people who banned him? To find the answer, we must look to the ocean. Off the coast of North Korea, a silent convoy waits. Rust-covered cargo ships with their GPS trackers mysteriously switched off. They drift into international waters without warning, then dock in hidden harbors across China, Macau, and Russia. On paper, they carry farm equipment, construction materials, textile machinery. But inside the sealed containers, Mercedes Maybach Pullman limousines, custom Rolls-Royces with with explosive-proof armor, cases of Bordeaux, wine worth more than a doctor's lifetime salary, European luxury yachts disassembled into pieces, and even Italian Carrara marble for Kim's private movie theater. Once inspected, the crates move onward. Never opened by authorities, never documented, never questioned. Kim's cargo is protected by something far stronger than secrecy. Diplomacy. North Korean diplomats around the world serve one purpose: acquire luxury, deliver silence. Their suitcases are immune to customs checks. Their cars pass borders without search. Their identities shift like shadows. One day they are trade delegates. Next day, cultural attachés. Every day, professional smugglers. Payment is not always in cash. Sometimes Kim trades rare gold, silver, and coal, missile technology, cyber hacking services, precious raw minerals like rhodium. When money is used, it flows through bank accounts registered to dead men in shell companies that disappear after one transaction. A global machine built to make sure the world's finest luxuries end up in one man's hidden kingdom. When Kim wants something unique, he sends personal buyers to Europe and Asia. They walk into Rolex boutiques in Switzerland, Hermes showrooms in Paris, superyacht expos in Monaco. They don't look like North Koreans. Their passports don't say Pyongyang. They use fake identities and stolen corporate addresses. One purchase here, one shipment there. $2 million stretch Mercedes gets rerouted through Singapore, then transferred to Shanghai, then quietly driven onto a ferry heading north. Once it disappears into the fog of the Yellow Sea, it reemerges behind palace gates in Pyongyang, as if by magic. While families struggle to afford one bowl of rice, Kim's private collection grows. Over 100 luxury vehicles, cellars filled with French champagne, private arcades with custom gaming machines, a 200-foot mega yacht larger than a naval destroyer, a private IMAX-style cinema inside a palace he rarely leaves. North Korea claims it is a nation of equality, but the truth is impossible to hide. The supreme leader lives like a global billionaire, funded by a starving country. The world tries to lock him out of luxury, but Kim Jong-un built a door, and behind it, a secret universe where sanctions don't exist, while millions in North Korea struggle for a bowl of rice. Their leader lives like a modern emperor, not a president, not a politician, a king without a crown, hidden behind steel gates. Surveillance drones and dense forests are some of the most lavish secret estates on Earth, and most North Koreans will never even hear they exist. Satellite analysts have identified over 30 secret palaces built exclusively for the Kim family, each one independently powered, guarded by hundreds of elite soldiers, connected by private highways closed to civilians. Not a single one is marked on any map. They are simply known as forbidden zones. Inside these palaces, Olympic-sized pools with underwater speakers, hot springs built into marble caves, private theaters with velvet seating, exotic gardens imported from abroad, massive banquet halls for elite gatherings, personal arcades and pleasure complexes. If luxury is a sin, these palaces are cathedrals of temptation. Kim Jong-un rarely flies. He travels in something more imposing, a bulletproof luxury train over half a kilometer long, dark green, armor-plated, with blacked-out windows and satellite comms. On board, fresh seafood flown from the coast, Wagyu beef shipped from Japan, karaoke lounges, a full bar stocked with French wine, bedrooms lined with silk cushions, a mobile command center built for war. It moves slowly, both for security and to remind the world power doesn't rush. Power makes others wait. Every station it passes is shut down. Every track ahead is swept for bombs. Every moment is a performance of dominance anchored in the East Sea. A $7 million superyacht waits for its owner, built with Italian leather lounges, gold-trimmed dining rooms, private cinema room, high-end speedboats hidden in the hull, imported European navigation tech. Leaks from intelligence agencies call it Kim Jong-un's Mediterranean fantasy, except it prowls the waters no tourist will ever be allowed to see. North Korea is a paradox. A starving nation ruled by a billionaire king. a country where children search mountains for food while the leader drinks wine worth more than their homes. A place where money isn't earned, it's stolen, printed, hacked, smuggled. A nation that threatens the world with nuclear fire, yet fears a single flash drive, a single foreign song, a single taste of freedom. Because deep down the regime knows one truth: fear can control bodies, but curiosity controls souls. And once a soul begins to question, even the mightiest dynasty can fall. So the next time you hold a $100 bill, ask yourself, where has it been? Whose hands created it? And what hidden wars did it fight before it reached your pocket? Because in the shadows of global finance, North Korea's secret empire is still at work. Silent, relentless, dangerous. This story isn't over. It has only just begun. If you want more documentaries that expose the hidden world of wealth, power, and corruption, subscribe to Luxrish, where truth costs nothing, but revealing it can cost everything. Until next time, stay aware, stay curious, and always follow the money.